Only at your local Ford dealer.
Back with you here at USWA Wrestling. Michael St. John in for Lance Russell, who's on vacation. Want to bring out the Spellbinder and Brakkus, and here they come. Two mountain men. I'll tell you, these guys are huge. Spellbinder carrying the championship belt, and
That's
I know,
right, buddy. I am the champion. You know, I want to say something. How stupid could Brian Christopher be? That's my question. By bringing a little lollipop kid, a little midget, to face a monster like that. Brakkus, my new buddy, my new training partner. How stupid can you be, Brian? You're going to bring that little midget? Do you know what we did to him? We broke his neck. Where is he? He's probably still laying at the big one. Nobody even cared about him. Now, I'll tell you what, he's even going to face even a smaller midget today. He's not even a midget, he's a dwarf. So what do you think he's going to do to Bill Dundee when that little idiot comes crawling out here asking for and begging for mercy?
I don't know if I'd be calling superstar Bill Dundee a midget. This man has been around.
I didn't call him a midget. I called him a dwarf. A dwarf is smaller than a midget. And that's what I'm saying. If you didn't hear me correctly, I said he was a dwarf. Oh, speaking of dwarfs now.
Superstar Billy coming over right now. I don't want any trouble here for a minute.
Let me tell you something, Elijah. Let me tell you, was on muscle bound. If I had $1 for every time somebody's come through this area and said, I'm going to beat up this little midget, I'd be quite wealthy. If I had another $1 for every time the left, when I beat them up, I would be double wealthy. So let's go, muscle bound.
Save your money. Hey.
Well, we got the match scheduled to go right now. Brakkus taking on superstar Bill Dundee. Let's go into the ring and get this one underway. Dundee and Brakkus. This is David and Goliath, if I've ever seen one in the USWA.
Yeah, but let me tell you one thing about superstar Bill Dundee. What he has said is absolutely true. Every big guy who has ever come through the USWA has all called him a midget. Now, it's well known Bill Dundee is not the biggest wrestler in the world. He's probably not the best, and he's probably not the smartest. But I'm telling you, he's got a lot of guts, and he's got desire. Like Larry Bird wasn't the greatest basketball player, but he worked at it. Bill Dundee has had to work extra hard to stay in this game as long as he has. Now, of course, he's in there against an awesome physical specimen like Brakkus, and this Brakkus, he is huge. He is massive, and I'm going to tell you, Bill Dundee will not beat him by doing things like that. He's just going to bounce off of him all day long. Dundee's, of course, stock and trade, of course, is his quickness and his ability to move and wear his opponent down.
The other thing about Bill Dundee is tenacity. I've never seen a man back off from any challenge, no matter who it was.
I like that word.
He is a very, very tough individual when it comes to that. And as you said, Dutch, look at this. Brakkus picking Dundee up. Big bear hug, squeezing him right below the kidney area.
Right in the small of the back, too. That puts a lot of pressure there. And if he can move it up just a little bit, he's got it just a little bit too low. If he put it up just a little bit higher, of course, he may not need it higher. I don't know, but he's
still got Dundee down. As you see, he's lost the leverage from holding him over his head, but he's still squeezing Dundee, and Bill having the air just literally squeezed out of him, and down he goes to the mat.
Look at that awesome body on Brakkus. Probably the best body in all of wrestling.
This man is you can see he is well built, and as you see him in the ring, he can handle himself in the ring. Well, my question is, how did he hook up with Spellbinder?
Well, that's a long story. I don't really. That's really a whole new wrestling program. If you want me to talk about that, Spellbinder, of course, I think is more or less using Brakkus. I don't know that for a fact. That's my own personal observation, of course, but that's an objective opinion of mine. But I think Spellbinder has seen this Brakkus, another big, huge guy that can stand his back. Spellbinder right now, at the peak of his career, he's a USWA heavyweight champion and wants to remain so as long as he can. Of course, if he has a man like Brakkus backing him up, brother, that can really seal a lot of doors for you, because he's right now Brian Christopher Spellbinder in a battle over that belt, and now he's got Brakkus. But my own personal opinion, I think he's just using Brakkus. I don't think Brakkus is probably the smartest guy in the world either. Doesn't speak English.
And a quick move by Bill Dundee, holding on to the ropes, turning the table on Brakkus. Now Brakkus quickly reverses it. Dundee into the turnbuckle. Brakkus follows through, but Dundee out of the way.
He knocked Brakkus down.
Going for the cover. 1, 2, here comes Spellbinder.
Spellbinder in. We got a disqualification here. Spellbinder, of course, had to come in the ring. Dundee taking that Brakkus off his feet. Spellbinder. Now they got superstar down.
He had the pin on Brakkus, but
he needs some help. I'm having to sit here and watch it. Here comes Christopher after the Spellbinder.
And there goes Brakkus as Brian Christopher hits the ring. And not a moment too soon to the aid of Bill Dundee.
Well, I'm having to sit here and watch this. Brian Christopher, of course, making the save and making the rescue of Bill Dundee. Brakkus, of course, this goes down as a win for Dundee on the disqualification of Spellbinder going in.
Right now, there you have a little word, some few words being exchanged. Spellbinder and Brian Christopher, of course, bad blood there. Bill Dundee gets the victory, but a tainted victory it was on disqualification. We'll be back with more wrestling action coming up right after these messages.